Before we talk about healing, before we talk about trauma, before we talk about relationships, before we talk about faith, before we talk about becoming the person we hope to be, I think there is a question we need to ask first. Why do we hide? I don't believe we're born hiding. Children don't laugh because they're trying to impress anyone. They laugh because something is funny. They cry because something hurts. They ask questions because they're curious. They don't spend every moment wondering if they're too much or not enough. Somewhere along the way, something changes. Maybe it wasn't one moment. Maybe it happened slowly. A comment, a rejection, a betrayal, being told to stop crying, being laughed at, feeling ignored, trying to earn love, trying not to disappoint, trying to survive, and little by little, we started closing doors. Maybe one door held our joy, another held our voice, another our dreams, another our trust, until eventually we became experts at hiding parts of ourselves, not because we wanted to, because somewhere along the way, hiding felt safer. The masks we wear as adults are often the armor we needed as children. And I don't say that to blame anyone. Life is complicated. People are complicated. Families are complicated. Healing is complicated. But understand can change everything. That's why I created this space, not because I have all the answers. I don't. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pastor. Everything you'll hear here comes from my own experiences, the books I've read, the conversations I've had, the mistakes I've made, and the questions I continue asking. Some conversations deserve the guidance of trained professionals, and I deeply believe in seeking that support when it's needed. My hope is simply to create a place where honest questions lead to thoughtful conversations, where people feel less alone, and where we can explore what it means to become a little more unhidden. Every week, we're going to open another door, not to find perfect answers, but to ask better questions. Questions about childhood, relationships, trust, forgiveness, shame, faith, identity, grief, hope, and all the quiet places in between. Because I don't believe healing begins when we finally know everything. I think it begins when we're finally willing to stop hiding. Healing rarely begins with having all the answers. Sometimes it begins with being willing to ask one more honest question. So before you go, what question has been knocking on one of your doors? The Unhidden Project. Healing begins where hiding ends.